Here are Grandpa's 37 old life hacks you'll wish you knew sooner. Store peanut butter jars upside down. Grandpa always flipped peanut butter jars upside down to keep the oil from separating. To do this, store a sealed jar upside down in the pantry. When ready to use, turn it right side up and shake gently before opening. The oil evenly distributes through the peanut butter, preventing a hard bottom layer. This works because gravity naturally helps mix the oil without needing excessive stirring. It's a simple trick that keeps peanut butter smooth and spreadable every time. Put foil behind radiators. Did you know that placing foil behind radiators improves heating efficiency? Heat from radiators gets absorbed by walls, wasting energy. Cut a piece of aluminum foil slightly larger than the radiator and tape it to the wall behind or attach it to a cardboard panel. The reflective surface pushes heat back into the room instead of letting it escape. This helps warm the space faster, reduces energy waste, and saves on heating costs during cold months. Use a hot spoon to remove gum or glue. Soften stuck gum or glue with a heated spoon. Run a metal spoon under hot water or warm it with a hairdryer for about a minute. Once hot, press the spoon gently over the gum or glue to loosen it. The heat breaks down the adhesive bonds, making removal easy. Wipe the softened residue with a cloth or scrape it gently with a blunt object. For stubborn spots, repeat the process until completely removed. Place soap under bed sheets. Grandpa swore by keeping a bar of soap under the sheets to prevent leg cramps. Place an unwrapped bar of soap under the fitted sheet near your feet. The natural compounds, like magnesium and essential oils, may help relax muscles. Some prefer lavender or peppermint-scented soap for added relaxation. Replace the bar every few months as it loses potency. Many find this trick reduces nighttime cramping and promotes better sleep without needing medication. Coffee grounds repel ants. Scatter used coffee grounds along entry points to keep ants away. The strong scent disrupts their pheromone trails, making navigation difficult. Sprinkle the grounds along windowsills, doorways, and cracks where ants enter. For outdoor areas, create a barrier around plants or near the foundation. Replace the grounds every few days for continued effectiveness. As a bonus, coffee grounds also improve soil quality, making this a natural and eco-friendly pest control method. Keep chalk in toolbox. Prevent tools from rusting by storing chalk in your toolbox. Place a few sticks of plain white or colored chalk inside the box or tool drawer. Chalk absorbs excess moisture, reducing humidity and preventing oxidation on metal surfaces. Replace the chalk every few months or when it becomes damp. Revive wilted veggies in warm water. Give limp vegetables a second life by soaking them in warm water. Fill a bowl with warm, not hot water and submerge the veggies for 10 to 15 minutes. The heat relaxes plant cells, allowing them to reabsorb moisture and regain their crispness. Pat dry before using or refrigerating. Leafy greens, carrots, celery, and herbs benefit the most from this trick. Try adding an ice bath after the warm soak for an even crisper texture. Hang CDs to deter birds. Repel birds from gardens by hanging old CDs where they gather. Tie a string through the center hole and attach it to fences, trees, or stakes. The shiny surface reflects sunlight, creating flashing lights that scare birds away. For best results, hang CDs at different heights and angles so they spin in the wind. Move them occasionally to prevent birds from getting used to them. Stretch hip flexors and chestos for back pain relief. Relieve lower back pain by stretching tight hip flexors and chest muscles. Stand with one foot forward in a lunge position, keeping your back straight and hips pushed slightly forward. Hold for 30 seconds per side. To stretch the chest, clasp hands behind your back and lift slightly while pulling shoulders back. These stretches improve posture and reduce spinal strain. Doing them daily helps prevent stiffness and long-term discomfort. Salt food 20 to 40 minutes before cooking. Did you know that you can enhance flavor and texture of your dish by salting it in advance? Sprinkle salt over meat, vegetables, or fish 20 to 40 minutes before cooking. This process allows the salt to draw moisture to the surface, which then gets reabsorbed, seasoning the food deeply. For meat, it helps tenderize by breaking down proteins. For vegetables, it reduces bitterness. Rinse excess salt for a milder taste or pat dry for better browning during cooking. Drink baking soda water for heartburn. Did you know that you can soothe heartburn instantly with baking soda water? Mix half a teaspoon of baking soda into a glass of water and stir until dissolved. Drink it slowly to neutralize stomach acid. Baking soda, or sodium bicarbonate, is an alkaline compound that counteracts excess acid, providing quick relief. Don't overuse this remedy, as excessive intake can disrupt the body's natural pH balance. If heartburn is frequent, consider adjusting your diet for long-term prevention. Sprinkle cinnamon on soil to prevent mold. Protect plants from mold by sprinkling cinnamon on the soil. Lightly dust the surface with ground cinnamon, especially in humid conditions. Cinnamon has natural antifungal properties that inhibit mold growth and protect seedlings from damping off disease. It also repels certain pests like ants. Repeat every few weeks or after watering to maintain effectiveness. For extra protection, mix cinnamon into the soil before planting. Cocoa powder enhances chili and stews. Boost the depth of flavor in chili and stews with cocoa powder. Stir in 1 to 2 teaspoons of unsweetened cocoa during cooking. The subtle bitterness balances acidity from tomatoes and enhances savory notes, making the dish richer. Cocoa contains polyphenols, which deepen flavors and give a velvety texture to slow-cooked meals. Add it gradually and adjust seasoning to taste. Try pairing it with cinnamon or smoked paprika for a bolder profile. Add an ice cube to bacon to prevent curling. Keep bacon strips flat by adding an ice cube to the pan. As the ice melts, it releases steam, which prevents the bacon from shrinking and curling. The gradual moisture also helps render the fat more evenly, resulting in crispy yet tender bacon. Place the ice cube near the center of the pan and remove any excess water once it melts. For even crispier results, press the bacon gently with a spatula while cooking. Add salt to cocoa drink. Stir a pinch of salt into your hot cocoa before drinking. The salt enhances the natural sweetness by balancing bitterness, making the chocolate flavor richer. Mix the cocoa powder, sugar, and milk as usual, then add a small pinch of salt and stir well. Let it dissolve completely before sipping. Sodium reduces bitterness by suppressing certain taste receptors, allowing the chocolatey notes to shine. Experiment with different salts like sea salt or Himalayan salt for a subtle flavor twist. Clean rusty tools with vinegar. Restore rusty tools with vinegar. Submerge the rusted metal in white vinegar for at least 12 hours. The acetic acid in vinegar breaks down rust by reacting with iron oxide, loosening its grip. After soaking, scrub the tool with steel wool or a wire brush to remove residue. Rinse thoroughly, dry completely, and apply a thin layer of oil to prevent future rusting. Fill wall holes with toothpaste and salt. Patch small wall holes quickly using toothpaste and salt. Mix equal parts of white toothpaste and salt to create a thick paste. Press it firmly into nail holes or minor cracks, then smooth it with a putty knife or the back of a spoon. The salt strengthens the paste, preventing shrinkage as it dries. Let it harden for a few hours before painting over it. For a stronger patch, use baking soda instead of salt. Rub onion on foggy mirrors. Prevent mirror fogging with an onion. Slice an onion in half and rub it directly onto a clean, dry mirror. The natural oils create a thin, invisible coating that repels moisture. Onions contain sulfur compounds that help prevent condensation from forming. Let the mirror dry naturally, then buff with a microfiber cloth to remove streaks. Rub soap on bug bites to stop itching. Ease bug bite irritation with soap. Dampen the affected area slightly, then rub a bar of soap directly onto the skin. The alkaline properties of soap help neutralize insect venom and dry out the bite, reducing inflammation and itching. Avoid rinsing immediately to let the effect last longer. Use unscented soap to prevent further skin irritation. Add lemon, lime, or vinegar for a flavor boost. Brighten flavors with acidity. Squeeze fresh lemon or lime juice into soups, sauces, and stir-fries at the end of cooking to enhance depth. Vinegar works similarly by cutting through richness and balancing sweetness. The acid interacts with the taste buds to amplify flavors, making food taste fresher. Start with a small amount, then adjust as needed. Try apple cider vinegar in stews or lime juice in marinades for extra zing. Fish sauce deepens savory flavors. Grandpa swore by fish sauce for rich, savory depth. Add a teaspoon to your dish while cooking and stir well. Let it simmer for a few minutes to meld flavors. Use it in stews, marinades, or stir-fries for a boost. Packed with glutamates, fish sauce enhances umami, the deep, meaty taste that makes food more satisfying. Its fermentation process breaks down proteins, releasing amino acids that intensify flavor. Balance it with citrus or sugar for a well-rounded dish. Use WD-40 to wipe gum off a variety of surfaces. Grandpa always had WD-40 ready for stuck gum. Spray a small amount directly on the gum and let it sit for a minute. Gently scrape it off using a dull knife or cloth. The lubricating properties break down gum polymers, reducing their stickiness. Worcestershire sauce adds umami. Have you tried adding Worcestershire sauce to your dishes? Apparently, the anchovies in the sauce contain natural glutamates, intensifying flavor. Add a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce to ground meat, stews, or soups while cooking. Stir well and let it blend in. Fermented vinegar adds tang, while molasses brings sweetness. It's perfect for barbecue sauces, marinades, or even Bloody Marys. Plant marigolds to keep bugs away. Grow marigolds around your garden to repel pests naturally. Dig small holes about 8 to 10 inches apart and place the seedlings inside. Cover the roots with soil. Press gently and water thoroughly. Their strong scent deters aphids, mosquitoes, and nematodes while attracting pollinators like bees. Choose varieties like French or African marigolds for the best pest control. Chill wine in salt water. Fill a bucket with ice, water, and a handful of salt. Submerge the wine bottle, swirling it gently every few minutes. In 10 to 15 minutes, your wine will be perfectly chilled. Salt lowers the freezing point of water, making it absorb heat from the bottle faster. This rapid cooling works great for beer and soda too. Simmer tomato sauce with a carrot. Drop a whole peeled carrot into simmering tomato sauce. Let it cook for 30 minutes, then remove before serving. The carrot absorbs acidity, making the sauce smoother and naturally sweeter. Its natural sugars balance the tomato's tang without adding refined sugar. This method enhances marinara, bolognese, and pizza sauce effortlessly. Use soy sauce for depth in stews and soups. Stir in a splash of soy sauce while cooking stews or soups. Let it simmer for a few minutes to blend the flavors. Fermented soybeans provide glutamates, enhancing umami and deepening natural flavors. The saltiness intensifies the taste of meats and vegetables. Try it in beef stew, chicken soup, or chili. A teaspoon is enough, but adjust to taste. Clean a grill with an onion. Have you tried cleaning a grill with onion? Here's how to do it. While the grill is still warm, rub the cut side across the grates. The onion's natural acids break down grease and residue, while antibacterial properties help sanitize. Steam from the onion's moisture loosens debris, making scrubbing easier. Chew cloves for toothache relief. Grandpa swore by cloves for toothaches. Pop a whole clove in your mouth and chew gently near the sore tooth. Let it rest for a few minutes before spitting it out. Cloves contain eugenol, a natural anesthetic and antiseptic that numbs pain and reduces swelling. For a stronger effect, crush cloves, mix with olive oil, and apply directly to the gum. Plant garlic near roses for pest control. Bury individual garlic cloves around rose bushes, pointed side up, about an inch deep. Space them 6 inches apart for best results. Growing garlic releases sulfur compounds that naturally repel aphids, beetles, and mites. This protective barrier reduces the need for pesticides. Garlic also improves soil health, making roses more vibrant and resistant to disease. Apply Vicks on feet for coughing. Rub Vicks Vapor Rub on the soles of your feet before bed. Pull on socks to trap the vapors. The menthol and eucalyptus oils create a cooling effect that signals the brain to ease coughing. As body heat warms the ointment, the vapors rise and help decongest nasal passages. This method works best when combined with warm fluids and rest. Boil water in burnt pans for easy cleaning. Fill the burnt pan with water, covering the scorched areas. Bring to a boil and let it simmer for 10 minutes. The steam loosens stubborn residue, and heat expands the burnt particles, making them easier to scrub off. For added cleaning power, stir in baking soda or vinegar before scrubbing. Rinse well and dry. Avoid abrasive scrubbers to prevent damage to non-stick coatings. Irish Spring Soap to repel mice. Slice Irish Spring soap into small chunks and place them in cabinets, near doors, and behind appliances. The soap's strong scent irritates mice, disrupting their sense of smell and deterring them from nesting. Refresh the soap every few weeks as the scent fades. For best results, use this method alongside sealing food sources and blocking entry points to keep rodents out. Keep charcoal in the fridge. Place a few charcoal briquettes in a bowl and set them in the fridge. The porous structure absorbs moisture and neutralizes odors by trapping scent molecules. It works especially well for strong smells like onions and spoiled food. Replace charcoal every few weeks for continuous freshness. Avoid using chemically treated briquettes as they may release unwanted residues. Use beer to trap slugs. Bury a shallow dish at soil level and pour in beer. Slugs are drawn to the yeast, crawl in, and drown. The fermentation mimics the scent of decaying plant matter, making it irresistible. Empty and refill every few days to maintain effectiveness. For widespread slug problems, place multiple traps around the garden. Try using stale beer. It works just as well. Wrap remotes in plastic to keep clean. Cover your remote with plastic wrap or a resealable bag, just like how Grandpa did. Smooth it tightly around the buttons to ensure functionality. The plastic acts as a barrier against dust, dirt, and spills, keeping crevices clean. It also reduces bacteria buildup from frequent handling. Test if cooking oil is hot. Use chopsticks to check if your cooking oil is ready. Dip the tip of a wooden chopstick into the oil. If small bubbles form around it immediately, the oil is hot enough for frying. If no bubbles appear, let it heat longer. The moisture in the chopstick reacts with the oil, creating steam that forms bubbles. Avoid using metal chopsticks as they don't provide the same visual cue. Always test before adding food to prevent oil splatter.